Now, some breaking news has just come out. Today, an NLE Choppa has now been taken into lockup for some pretty serious charges. This was a huge surprise this morning, as NLE Choppa was arrested, and while many were claiming that NLE Choppa has changed his ways, if you follow him on any social medias, you would notice he changed his ways a lot, and he tried to focus on his businesses. Apparently, he's not done just yet messing with the law enforcement. Now this morning, NLE Choppa was arrested and taken into lockup for burglary, firearms, and possession. This is a very serious time for NLE Choppa, as his priors list is now starting to get bigger, and with this incident, NLE Choppa will be looking at some time in prison. Make sure you guys watch this video until the end. I'm about to break down the exclusive incident on what happened yesterday and share NLE Choppa's prison sentence. Now, reports came out this morning, even though it happened last night, NLE Choppa was arrested. He was taken into lockup out in Broward County for the charges of burglary, firearms, and possession. I did mention that earlier, but how did this all end up going down? Well, NLE Choppa was allegedly trying to break into his own or a friend's vehicle. This vehicle was taken into a tow yard after being taken off of the street, apparently for illegal parking. Now, inside of this car, allegedly NLE Choppa had his watch inside of the glove box and a couple of other items inside of the vehicle. Knowing NLE Choppa, this was probably some sort of bust-down Rolex or some very expensive type of watch. My guess is it's probably a $50,000 watch, minimum. So I can understand why he wanted it back. And you're probably wondering, how would he get charged with burglary if it's his own car? Well, funny enough, they were actually trying to break in to the wrong car inside of the tow yard, which is unbelievable. Now, while NLE Choppa was trying to break into the car with his two friends, I'm assuming he was spotted, and the people who work at the tow yard must have ended up calling the law enforcement for backup, as they saw three men all wearing ski masks, hopping the fence, and trying to break into some parked cars. Now, while awaiting the arrival of the law enforcement, they ended up finding multiple things on NLE Choppa, which I am very surprised about, as if he was with other people, I'm surprised those two other guys did not take the fall for NLE, as usually that tends to happen with rappers. But NLE Choppa ended up getting taken into lockup on 4 charges of concealed firearm, possession, and burglary. This is very serious. NLE Choppa was with 2 other people in this incident. The 2 other men also ended up getting taken into lockup as well. All 3 of them were wearing ski masks and hopped the fence to get in, so I'm assuming there will be some more charges added. Not to mention, they were all caught wearing ski masks, and they were trying to retrieve some items inside of a parked car. I don't understand why a rapper of NLE Choppa's size would even be doing this in the first place, when he could probably pay somebody to, but this is very concerning now that NLE Choppa has done this, and because of his previous court case, he will be doing some time in prison. A lot of people were expecting him to have at least 1 to 3 years in lockup for this, just due to the fact that he is very young still, and his prior list isn't anything too crazy. So he might get around 1 to 3 years in lockup. Allegedly though, he was released on bail earlier today, which is a very good sign. Usually if you get released on bail, it means it's not too serious, and the people who work at the tow yard might not be pursuing to take very serious legal action. So that is in NLE Choppa's favor, if you did want to know that. But either way, he probably will be doing some time in lockup, whether it's in prison or house arrest. But make sure you continue watching, as I'm now about to share exclusive information about NLE Choppa. Now, this isn't the only thing affecting NLE Choppa's music career right now. There is a chance that NLE Choppa is already going to be quitting music, whether this court case happened or not. Now, NLE Choppa does not open up often, but when he does, he does share some very, very serious things about him, which was pretty concerning the last time he did it. Now, a few months ago, NLE Choppa made a tweet which made millions of fans very worried about him. Sadly, the tweet was deleted, but it still gets talked about to this day. Allegedly, the pressure, fame, and money is starting to get to NLE Choppa's head, and it's just starting to get too much to handle for him in his young music career. Now, this does happen pretty often with many music artists that are new to the game. When the pressure is a little bit too much, you're scared of falling off and releasing songs that end up flopping, so it starts to get to your head a lot. They end up resulting into doing and using things to help them manage the stress, and then things only get worse from there. And due to some of these things, NLE Choppa has already talked about taking some time away from music, because it's starting to really affect his personal life, and he wants to make sure he has a clear mind when making future decisions. And now with this new court case, it's starting to seem as if NLE Choppa has already made up his mind on what he will be doing. If NLE Choppa did just end up getting arrested, which he did, it is a pretty clear sign that he is still not in the right frame of mind, and NLE Choppa will probably be taking a long time away from music. That way he can, rethink a lot of the things that's going on in his life and can make a future decision whether he really wants to pursue music or not. Him getting locked up and things like that is only going to affect his music career in the long run. So if I was in NLE Choppa's management team, I would probably be telling him to take a step back away from music, delete a lot of his social media, focus now on this court case that he just got himself into, and start thinking about what he wants to do in the future. But anyways guys, this has been District Trending. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.